right, Al, thanks. And this morning on Today's Health, your embarrassing questions answered. You know, we all have issues from time to time that we're too hesitant to bring up to our doctors, but getting an answer can be important to your long-term health. So Dr. Keri Peterson, an internist and contributor to Women's Health magazine, is here. Keri, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning.
Let's just put it out there. Does anything shock your doctor at this point?
No, nothing will shock us and nothing will embarrass us. And I think if you present your embarrassing question that you'll feel relieved.
All right. Well, the first question is one I think a lot of women have. They look down in the shower and they see a bunch of hair on the drain and they think, why is my hair falling out? What can you do about it, and is it a sign of something more serious?
It is a common problem, but just to reassure people, you can lose 150 strands a day without it being considered abnormal. And up to 30% of women will experience excessive hair loss by the time they approach age 50. Now, there are environmental causes, such as pulling your hair back too tightly or wearing a hair weave or even color treating it, but there are some health problems that can do it as well. So you've got vitamin D and iron deficiency, chronic stress, and also thyroid disease or certain autoimmune diseases like lupus can do it as well.
Okay, so if you're really worried about it, you should ask your doctor.
Yes.
Another issue that doctors say is on the rise, actually, adult acne. I know a lot of women think, well, my goodness, the one benefit of getting a bit older is no acne, and yet some people are still really suffering with it.
That's correct. You can still get acne in adulthood, and the cause is actually very similar to what it is in teenagers, which is bacteria and oil in the skin. But typically, two things trigger it. First, you'll see that there's a genetic predisposition. So if your parents had it, there's a good chance you'll get it. And secondly, there are hormonal changes that can happen in adulthood that can contribute to acne, such as pregnancy, menstruation, and sometimes even menopause. And there's also a condition called polycystic ovarian syndrome that can do it.
And what do you recommend to ease adult acne?
Well, first, as you age, eventually it will go away. Typically, it's in your mid-40s. But at Women's Health, we do recommend a few things. The first is consider using oil-free products and makeup only. And the next is to apply some medicated products that contain either benzoyl peroxide or salicylic acid or alpha hydroxy acids. And if those don't work, you can use a prescription retinoid that your doctor can give you. And you really also just want to try to modify your stress. And if hormonal changes are an issue for you, birth control pills can be helpful.
Okay, our next one, some women worry that if they don't have a bowel movement daily, there may be something wrong with them.
And that is not true. Do not worry, because you do not need to have a bowel movement daily to be considered regular. The normal range can be anywhere from 3 times a day to 3 times a week. So the key is to recognize, is it different for you? If you have a decreased frequency from what's normal for you, you might be constipated.
Okay, moving to another area of the body. A lot of people use the Q-tip to kind of clean out their ears from earwax. Some people wonder if they've got too much earwax. How do you know?
Well, first off, earwax typically prevents bacteria and dirt from entering the ear, and it can lubricate the canal. And the ears really are self-cleaning, so the wax will usually make its way out. But some people do overproduce wax, and if that's you, you can experience certain symptoms, which would be pain, itching, ringing in the ears, a clogged sensation, or even hearing loss.
All right, our next one, smelly feet. We have people tell us I'm embarrassed to take my shoes off in front of other people because my feet stink. What do you, why does that happen, and what can you do about it?
So smelly feet are from bacteria that thrive when your feet sweat. So the goal to get rid of it is to either decrease the sweat or decrease the bacteria. So if you decrease the bacteria, the things to do are just wash your feet with antibacterial soap, and also you can apply a little bit of baking soda right in the shoe or in the sock. And to decrease the sweat, first wear socks that have breathable material, so cotton instead of a nylon. You want to use shoes that are well ventilated, rotate them often and let them really dry out. And you can also actually apply an antiperspirant to the soles of your feet.
Like your deodorant roll-on,
yeah.
Just put it right on the feet?
That's right.
That's a new one on me. Dr. Keri Peterson, thank you so much for
Thanks,
answering
Savannah.
all our embarrassing questions. Appreciate it.